And welcome back to Opally Hour and day 7 of our hanging garden build. This is what we did yesterday. I feel we've at least did some pieces. I'm pretty happy with how the piano turned out. I think that's actually quite nice, very decorative. Not sure you get pianos which look quite so decorative, but nevertheless it does. I'm messing around with the book there. And it comes with a stool. Book looked fine. Quite happy with my little pencil, and everything looks all right. So let's move on. We are back to doing some plants today and some other bits and pieces, but hopefully we can get things rocking and rolling and start making some real progress, because we are getting closer to start some of the main build, thank goodness. Right, and this is the first pot. Don't worry, I'm not dealing with that quite yet, but we will be quite soon. So I've put quite a few pieces in with one pot to save time as such, but we don't need it all right this second. Need that, we'll need that. You come back. Need that. We'll need that. Come back here. What else am I missing? Another picture. This one, come back here. This one here. And this we will do in a little bit. And this. Okay, so all we're doing basically is putting these on there, these little ones on these ones, and the pictures on the bigger ones. Easy, right? Right, let's get to it. Excuse me. How enthused I was. Right, let's use some beacon. Paper to wood always works well. So get these ones going. Thinking maybe if I flick it at the end, I know it's probably nothing to do with it, maybe I won't get quite so many strings or something. I have hope. And this one we'll just put on straight away. Alright, put you back in the pot. Get rid of some of that. I really want to keep traipsing on my little cat here. Gorgeous little kitty it is. And this will be for our basket. We'll be making a basket. Okay. Alright, so let's see. So we can go here. Not sure what these are for, by the way. I have no idea actually. But we make them at this point. We may not use them till right at the end. And this one wanted to attach to everything, so my flicking of the glue may not do anything at all. I don't know. I just thought maybe it would work. Got to be something to combat all the strings. I mean, I'm not finding quite as much everything's joining to everything yet anyway. So maybe it did kind of do something. Okay. Make sure they're all down proper. Not sure how good that English was. Okay. Why do every one I do seem to have some sort of sunflower picture? Very common, right? Maybe you have them in your house. Maybe you have sunflowers. I don't. But that said, I don't blame other people either. I think the flowers in a house are very pretty too. And a piano by the looks of it. I'd go with that being a piano. Okay, that's already getting quite... Need to get these on quick. It's drying quite fast. Okay, now we're going to get on with our little basket. Let me turn the page. This looks well crooked, doesn't it? But It's in the lines. Okay, so start with our basket, and we are going to, so we got this end cut out. We then fold this one under, and also this one, just one side. No, we just fold this under at this stage. So let me get my pointy stick and a ruler. Maybe this one's for where it all joins. So this is to make, so from view, it will look better, I guess. Oh, I should just bring this over here, my beacon. So first of all, let's just get this little piece down. At the same time, this one needs fold. I haven't scored it. That was the word. But this one is. Beep. Sitting in my lap. Oh, there it went on the floor. Okay, so I'll give that a moment. Pick up this thing. At least it didn't fall on the puppy. Could have been worse. Then we're going to fold this one in half. So let's get that scored. This is the handle, I believe. You could probably just put some glue on it and fold it too. Don't think it'll help with me scoring it really. I think my pointing stick's starting to get a bit blunter. I've got several. Should just get another one out. Try it one more time. I thought I did it twice. I'm sure I did. Normally that's enough. So I'm going to score it and leave the ruler on there and turn it as well, I think. Even though I'm turning it the wrong way, at least it's turned. Okay. And then turn it the right way. It's being rather awkward. Won't get much done if I keep messing around like that, will we? Right. And then I'll pop this one in here. And press that down. And that's going to be our handle. Even either. I think my pointy stick is not getting so pointy anymore. That's my go-to. Alright, and you want to wrap this around and stick it together. So, like there is a mark on here, that's your outside one. So again, using this. Rather a lot of glue. So let me get a Kleenex. Ooh. Got a bit extra. A bit too much. Okay. And then there's two more bits that we're going to do to this. We are going to put a base inside it, and we're going to put the handle. Now the handle, just you want to make sure is on the side that you folded on that inside there. Mine's not particularly round here. Let me see, is that a good enough size? I think it might be. A little rounder. Although I bent the ends a bit now, but that's okay. Alright, and then fold these outwards. It shows this on the outside actually, not on the inside. I thought the pattern would be inside, but it is not, it's outside. So you're just going to, so after we make it into a circle, we really don't need it into a circle at all. So remember, don't do it on the bit I just practiced it on. You want it on the part which is not folded over. This has come off of where it was meant to be going. Okay. Let me get rid of that. Bit of splodge. Do this every time too, and it just gets worse until eventually it gets better. I try not to do it on channel because it does take a second or two. Alright, pausing. Okay, back to what I was trying to do. So put a little bit of glue, even though that's a great big splodge, on your little tabs here and your fingers, obviously, and put this through the bottom, digging up. It's not going to be round anyway, so after me going to the effort to try and make it round, it doesn't make any difference. It is more oval than round. I just pop this through. Oh, that works. I'm shocked at myself, to be honest with you. I have glue all over me. I will go and sort that. I'll get this handle on and go and sort my hands before we carry on. But we will get the handle on. Okay, looks pretty good. Better than I thought. And there we go. Tissue on me too. Lovely. And then with our handle, just want it from one end to the other. I think I've got tissue in there too, but that's okay. We're going to be putting plants on there anyway. And what you want to do is, what I want to do is I want to trim this down. Okay, I will just use this on the outside actually. And pop it in one side and then down into the other. Something like so. It's a little bit squared off than it should be. It should really be more rounded up top, but I'm going to get this in, and when I've washed my hands and stuff, then I will try and get this a little bit more rounded up top here. I don't think it'll take too much, but I'll play with it until it's a little dry. Okay, let me go get myself sorted. Okay, feels a bit better. So what I've done is I just kind of put my finger in a bit and just bent it at the top so that it's a little bit more rounded at the top. I'm going to pop this to one side now, and we're going to be cutting some of this green. You've seen me do this before. We have 3 of these at least that I want to do today, so I will probably 4 that I want to do. So I will go ahead and get all of that green paper ready. I will give you the measurements on each one then once we are ready to use it. So I'll put it in an order and I'll tell you what the measurements are, but it'll save us doing it at the end there. Okay, so the first one we need is 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters roughly. Does not have to be perfect, and these ones are slightly more pointed. This first one doesn't look too pointed to me. Just get that one a bit more pointed. Might just leave it like that. I think it would be okay. Then what you want is you want 2 of these yellow ones, 2 of the red, and 4 of the little blue ones. So these look kind of different. They're just like little bulbs really, I guess, with no flowers. So I just literally cut them in half, and you want them to looks like the red ones you want to be slightly higher. Well, one you want to be slightly higher, but generally in the leaves, just in the leaves. So let's put some across here, ready for rolling up. Okay, and pop our yellow ones in. And you can have them a bit longer and you can always trim them, but for this, because they're going to go in that basket we made, it probably doesn't even matter if you have a little bit left over. I could stop sticking to it, it'd really help. Make this one my higher one, and this one who's a little bit bigger can sit here, and then just roll them up as we have done countless times now. And then we can sort them out. Alright, there is a flower that I have forgotten to get for this, by the way, so we need to go and get it unless I've got it in one of my other pots. Okay, and then I'm just going to twist the end, make sure it sticks together. Let me go and get this other plant that I need. It goes at the back though. What is the point of doing that? Okay, so they've got a basket and you put your picture in this basket. You have these flowers at the front, and then they have two plants behind the picture that you don't really see. Maybe the basket is at an angle and isn't what you think or something. I don't know the answer to this question. I guess I'll put them in and we'll see where we go. Although I don't see it in the instructions of things you need. Yeah, I do. Alright, let me go grab them. Okay, they wanted you to get pink and a red, but my red is going to be used in another plant, and how I would have to gather it would be kind of messing with the other plant, and I don't want to do that, so we go with the pink, because this one was easily accessible. And get some glue in here. And put your bunch in. So I'm going to give it a little trim. And just have it poking through here, like so. And the other way. Let the yellow one show a little. Okay, then we have our picture, like so. And then we have this pink one, which was kind of spare, just sitting at the back behind it. I don't get it. I don't know why. And like I say, you meant to have a red one back here too, but I think as I'm doubting the reasoning, I'm not going to spare it for this. Alright, and that is our basket done. So, moving straight along. Let's get another jar, lots of things. We will need grass, I believe. I don't know if it's for this bit actually. Right, first of all, we are starting with this pot here, and we are taking 5 by 2 centimetres, and we're just curling that up and putting it in this pot, and putting this in between it. So it says roll all this up and just get it in the pot, and then pop the other one on top. And don't particularly play with the leaves or anything like that, so just roll it along. This is a bit more than 5 centimetres, I think, by the way. Really, almost done. Put some glue in your pot. we are coming to the end of doing these. I'm sure there'll be some we do as we go, by the way. I don't think this will be the end of the road as far as flowers go. Obviously this is no way going to fit in here. Give it a twist maybe. I might get something in. And we did. And then open it up somewhat and shove in your flower, basically. Just trying to put this in there a bit better. It really doesn't want to go in there. However much I try and hold it for it to stop coming out, it still wants to come out. Okay, back to being gluified. And then just cut this one quite short. I'm just going to pop it on the top there. Somewhere in the middle. I have to go and get some more tweezers in a second. Believe it or not, yes, this is how it looks in the picture, something like so. Okay. Yeah. Alright, kind of done. Doesn't look quite as scrawny as mine, but same principle. And the page. And off we go to another one, and this one's going in what pot? It is going in another pot the same as that. Where oh where might that be? Did I bring one? I did drop one of the pots, so we're going to grab it. Righty, here we are, and this one's just going to have another one of these, which is a 3x2. And it's going to have this one in there, which is one I really didn't want to cut. And I am going to wrap this inside it, I think, as we... it kind of says to do the same as the other one, but I don't like that idea. I prefer this idea. I mean, at work, I kind of do prefer it. Doesn't work at all. Ignore that then. I can feel a string on my hand. Okay, again, twiddle it to go in here. And then you're going to stick that plant in there. If you wanted, you could probably let it dry. Okay, it is like that. Doesn't look enough leaves for it, does it? I really don't like it. That's actually gone into the whole of the pot, so that works. I think when it dries then I'll cut those leaves a bit better to go with the plant. Right, next up is a jar, which I did have a piece of paper for. There it is. So we want a little bit of this on here, which is going to have our sticker. It's also sunflowers, I think. It does go across. So roughly even. And then this one has a cork on the top, which I'm sure has something very precious inside. Maybe it's got sunflower seeds in that we can't see. This is just like a tube, by the way. Oh, she's found a bug. Very dead bug because she's eating it or it's flying away from her. Alright, next is this little one, and we're going to turn that upside down and we're popping on top this one. I think it's alive. Oh, should go and get it away from her, huh? Okay, and that's that. At least they're not plants. Okay, done 2 non-plant things. But don't you worry, it is catching us up. Right, take your black one. We are putting this in there. One without the green. I'm pretty happy about this. Put it down, in it goes, nice and quick. Then we have a white one, and we are putting this in there. Again, same principle. Put it in. It's a bit bigger than in this one. So I'm going to need a balancing job because it's not going to fit into the hole. Can you hear her? She's chasing it around my window. She has a cushion on the windowsill. I've got bay windows, and that's what she's doing. She's sitting up there. Obviously something, she probably brought it in from outside in the first place. I will go and rescue it in a moment. Let's get you up right, and then I'll go and rescue it. All I'm trying to do is get you to sit. There we go. Alright, let me go and rescue this thing. Well, it was a wasp. Gosh, that girl's going to get stung and send me with vet bills, honestly. Alright, next we are going to take our book, this one here, and with the spine facing this way, you are going to put this very pretty bead on top. And I'm going to start to use a little bit of tacky glue because we're going to start to get some messy stuff coming up. Okay, let's put you to dry. Still need to sort out the red flower. Then we are going to position this one on top of here. So it's a bit tacky for that. This we will come back to. This one we need to do. This one we need to do as well. So what we need first of all, and tacky glue is maybe going to be the best thing, is you want to make a ball which is going to fit in this one, and you are going to want to glue it so you've got a gluey mess. Oh, it's an alarm, guys. I need to take my medication. Of course, then I'm going to probably forget. You know how these things are. That's why I wanted to use tacky. It's a lot easier to get off. safely wearing most of it. And then this is going to go in here when I can. It wants to let me go. And this is where our ball is going to go for the moment, but we are going to be doing something else to that as well. Right, I'm going to take my meds, wash my hands. Okay, now all three of these are going to have this green stuff put on top of them. And tacky is good for the job. So you want this one on the top, but you also want it drapes in a bit down the side. And this one you want to cover. It's a bit like doing icing a cake, isn't it, that one? And you can see that I'm a wonderful baker. I'm not a good baker at all. Okay. I'll skip them all up right again. One, I don't think this is going to have enough tacky on it. That last one I did. This one's probably okay. Okay. Probably should use a stick actually. And try not to wear it because you want the green sticking to it. Alright, get some more tweezers. Just going to go for cleaning. Right, let's start with our cork. So it looks like they're using the other stuff because it's got it all trailing, whereas this stuff doesn't really trail, it's more like grass. But they say it's this, so a little bit on the sides, a bit more on the top. So it kind of is something like so. Dollop some in here. Just has a layer. And then this one the same. It's rather a lot, isn't it? So this one I think is fine. Move you over there. This one could go and rolling it. Got plenty over. And because it's got white kitchen towel under it, you really do want it covered. Okay. And that will probably do, and we'll see what it dries like, if it needs another coat or not. Okay, that's those done. Let me clean that up. Right, I put a little bit more on the cork one because when I look at the picture it looks like it was a lot taller, but these ones I'm okay with. Alright, next we are going to move on to doing a little bit of furniture. We are making a plant pot. We also will be using a butterfly. Let's move him to one side. They are a paint to cut out, I have to be honest. And we will be using our last piece of green I got ready, which is to go with this one. So, but these three little ones are going to go in here. So let's get this started. A bit of wood glue. And this is on the outer edge. So you just want to go down both sides. And we'll give this a minute and we'll work on that other one then. So just on here. And on the other side. Again, one could paint the edges. Actually, I don't think we're going to, and we're going to get a bit showing, I guess. I think we'll be okay. there's a base, which I haven't even touched the base. Alright then, let's get this base glued. I totally ignored it, and it sits around it. So we're going to want to do something like so on the ends. Totally ignored it altogether. And just put it over. Yeah, should work. Wow, it would have if I hadn't moved it. It was actually looking pretty good there. Oh, now we have a mess. Alrighty then, let's start again. Now we'll not be defeated. It takes a lot more than that. And this one as well. There you go. Move off. Right, leave that to settle, and we're going to put these 3 in there when it's dry. Okay, to another page. We are now moving on to another plant, and very similar to what we did before, you're going to want one of these. So this one here, and this is probably going to be one like I did before, where I want to wait for it to dry before doing it. There's my pin. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll use tacky. Now I've got it out. It's much easier to get off your hands, tacky, by the way. It's quite easy. Not even too bad on the tweezers. B7000 was the worst to get off your hands and that. I mean, other than that, it's really good glue. It's just very stringy and very tricky to get off your hands. Again, like I did before. Oh, that's rather crooked. Twist the ends together. Poke it in the pot. It's just a little pot, isn't it? And then put the flower in the middle. No problem with that, right? I think this time though, what we're going to do is we are going to already move the leaves out of the way. I think we're still going to have the same problem as the other one. Probably didn't do a deep enough cut on my papers in reality. And then kind of in the middle, stick our flower. Like so, and give that some time while I pretty it up. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. Okay, I'm going to give this all a bit of time to dry, and we will, I think that's all we need to do for this section. We are on 40 minutes. I give this time to dry. We've probably got another 10 minutes or so. So what I'll try and do is knock out a birdhouse. A birdhouse, maybe some pots. Let's try and get the birdhouse done. But we are getting quite close now to making a start on the main part. Okay, I think we're okay to put this in actually. We will find out. There's 1, 2, and we put 3 in without any problem. Don't want to push the sides out. We can. Well, what do you know? And then it has a little ladybird on just one corner at the front, so what side do I want to be the front? Maybe this one. And then you put your little ladybird just on the corner here, and that's this one done. And we have quite zoomed through all this, by the way. Done pretty good. And I found the butterfly bit. Just meant to go on the box itself, not on the flowers. There we go. Like so. Alrighty, so let's go and grab the birdhouse. We'll do that. Then I think we are, like I say, getting towards the end now. Going to need that for the birdhouse. Running out of room on this bit of paper, so I think I'm going to move this piece of paper. Like I say, we need to tidy up a couple of those plants, but I want to give them a chance to dry. Bring a new sheet in, not new, but another sheet in. Let me get the birdhouse together and I'll be back. Okay, so this is our little birdhouse. This is the base for it, so I think what we will do is build it on said base, rather than adding it afterwards. Actually, I'm tempted to use tacky. I'm just about to grab the wood glue, but I think I'm going to use tacky. So it kind of has a space all the way around. But more at the front. These go on the inside. Like that. And lengthways. Let's get that back on there then. Like so. Like I say, go back a bit, mate. Not when you're too far forward. Wow. I just have it in place and go and knock it. Okay. And this one. Rather a lot of glue, wasn't it? That side on, and the front, and the bottom. So I reckon the bird is a white dove. What do you think? So I think it needs to be slightly in the middle, actually, more in the middle anyway than what I have it. So this is the bird that's going to go on there. I think it's meant to be a dove, being it's white. That's what I think. It could be a white pigeon. They do exist. Okay. And then you want to put a little bit of green on the inside of here. Not on the roof. Okay. I can see what it's going to do. Right, I'll put this in there. It's going to all attach to the top. left the other paper here full of its green. So you don't need to put much in here. The idea is that it pokes like it's coming out of the hole, something like that. That's the principle. And then keep hold of that green because we're going to want it for the edge anyway. So you kind of want a bit that it's drapes in, like so. Meh. Was looking fine too. I had to go and hit it. Alright, you come to me. I just want to hit everything. Might end up going with the B7000 in a minute for targeted glue, because it is better at targeting than what I'm currently doing. Now my little train came off it. Right, we're going to put the roof on and then I'll worry about getting the rest of that done. So the bird is going to sit in this little piece here, so you want that towards the front of it, like so. And then the other one the other side. Not sure how straight this house is anymore. And then we're going to put green around the outside, which is why I'm not too worried that it's got some green going around. As long as I can get it off me. Okay, one up here. One here. I need this one to be higher. Like so. Now, how straight are we? Well, we're not perfect, but not terrible. Okay. Now I put our bird in on the roof, because the bird is facing this way. I'm just going to sit on here. We also want to make sure that this roof is together, which it wasn't. And have you put in there. Kind of cute, isn't it? What do you think? Kind of cute looking. Okay. Now we can put some green around the outside. So we really want a bit drapes in from this bit hanging out. So I'm going to put some there, a little bit on here, a little bit on the sides. A little bit around the back. I'm not sure how much around the back you're going to see. Okay. Let's see if we can get that bit which wanted to evade me. And this tacky dries clear as well. I mean, I know I say it all the time, but you know, if you're just washing this one particular day, then you may have missed it. And then we are going to call that it for today. I think it's been plenty. We have achieved a lot. Just got to plump up those flowers a bit on the couple that needed it a little bit. That's what we end up with. Looks pretty good. Right, let's tidy up and I'll show you what we've done today and what we are going to be doing tomorrow. Alright, so this is what we've done today. So we've actually done quite a lot. So we've finished most of the plants, unless there's one to do as we put the stuff together. I tidied up my plants a bit, really happy with the little birdhouse. I think that looks really cool. Happy with this too, although I just knocked out one of the plants. Let's get you back in there. And my butterfly as well. Although of course not much skill on that one really. This quite happy with. Still don't understand the meaning of the pink flowers at the back, but they are in. And all the rest I am really very happy with. These ones I've tidied up a little bit, made them look a bit better. I'm actually really happy with the green ones. These ones, all three of those, which had the green fluff stuff, I think looked really good. So what do we have coming up? That's quite a lot for today, isn't it? We have some canisters we are going to do. That's what they look like to me, different sizes. We are going to be making a watering can and a bucket, I think it is. Also making a spade, working on some lights, probably maybe the main light, I don't know, with that cotton. Remember we got cotton right at the beginning. Working on a yellow flower pot, and that is the last of the plants we are doing before we start the main build. And then we start the main build, in which case then we'll be doing some other bits and pieces, but we will be putting the main build together and doing some more lights by the looks of it. So let's see how far we get tomorrow, which will be day 8 tomorrow. But for day 7, this is what we achieved. So we actually achieved quite a lot. So please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate you all. And if you're able to leave any comments, that would be great. Or you could always email me, and my email address is right at the end of the channel. Do take care of yourselves, that's really important, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care guys, bye bye now.